Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Sato trained Johnny during the events of the Karate Kid? So in this timeline, Sato and Yukie would still be arranged to be married, and Mr. Miyagi would still fall in love with her. Sato would feel betrayed, and he would feel that his honor was disgraced. Sato would be angry, and he would decide to leave Okinawa and go to the US, and Sato would fight in the war, and Sato would live out his life alone. And a few years before the events of the Karate Kid, Johnny would be interested in joining Cobra Kai, but in this timeline, Sid wouldn't want to pay for Johnny's class, so Johnny wouldn't join Cobra Kai in this timeline. So he would never become friends with Bobby, Tommy, Jimmy, and Dutch, and since he never joined Cobra Kai, he would never get the confidence to ask out Ali, so Ali would date Tommy in this timeline. Sato would get a job working as a maintenance man, much like Johnny did during the events of Cobra Kai in the original timeline. He would get hired by Sid, so Sato and Johnny would meet. Sato would notice that Johnny was watching a martial arts film, and even though Johnny never joined Cobra Kai, he would still be interested in martial arts. Sato would ask Johnny if he knew any martial arts, but Johnny would say that he didn't, and Sato would offer Johnny to teach him some karate. Sato would train Johnny in an aggressive form of Miyagi-Do. He would learn both defense and offense, and the events of the Karate Kid would still happen. Daniel would still move to the valley, and he would see Ali at the beach. This is when the Cobra Kais would show up. Tommy would see Daniel with Ali, so Tommy would want to fight Daniel. Johnny would also be at the beach. He would see Tommy beating up Daniel, so Johnny would jump in to try to defend Daniel, and Johnny would beat Tommy, but the rest of the Cobra Kais would jump in, and Johnny would fight the rest of the Cobra Kais. He would manage to beat some of them, but with their combined efforts, they would defeat Johnny. Daniel would thank Johnny for saving him, and Daniel would ask Johnny if he could teach him some karate, so Johnny would take Daniel to Sato, so Sato would also train Daniel in Miyagi-Do. Sato would also train Daniel in a very similar way that he trained Chosen in the original timeline. The Cobra Kais would try messing with Daniel and Johnny, but they would fight back. Johnny and Daniel would train for the All Valley, and the night of the tournament, they would defeat Cobra Kai, and Johnny would still be the undefeated All Valley champion. Cobra Kai wouldn't shut down in this timeline because Kreese wouldn't have a personal vendetta against Johnny, so Cobra Kai would continue to operate, and the events of Karate Kid 2 would still happen. Daniel and Johnny would be training with Sato, and Mr. Miyagi would show up. Sato would be surprised to see him after all these years. Mr. Miyagi would explain that his father wanted to see Sato, and that he hoped that they could rebuild their friendship, but Sato would still be mad at Mr. Miyagi, but he would agree to go to Okinawa to see his old teacher. Mr. Miyagi would leave. Johnny and Daniel would ask who that was. Sato would explain everything that happened between him and Mr. Miyagi, and they would all go to Okinawa with Sato. And since Sato never stayed in Okinawa, the money from Sato's family would go to Chosen, and Mr. Miyagi, feeling bad about what happened between him and Sato, he would have been the one to train Chosen, and Chosen and Sato would meet, and Chosen would explain that he was his nephew. They would all stay at Chosen's house, and Johnny and Daniel would become friends with Chosen, and by the time they go back to the US, the events of Karate Kid 3 wouldn't happen. Johnny and Daniel would continue training with Sato, and they would compete in various tournaments over the years, and that is where I'm going to end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Sato trained Johnny during the events of the Karate Kid? Let me know in the comments below. All members have access to emojis that can be used in comments and live streams. This isn't mandatory. This is only something extra if you want to support the channel even more. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.